Hello everyone, welcome back to Tank Wars 3. I am your host Chromoid, and today we've got another secondary bracket, I think? Yeah, this is secondary bracket, round 3 matchup with Jargon and his Decimus, Buffalo, Monarchs, and Charlestons taking the field once more again, this time against the Die Thork Projects 3A and 3H and 7 Thork Bs. These are fielded by AdNecrias. So, with the introductions out of the way, let's get this fight started. 3, 2, 1, begin. And as always, remember that anyone who gets eliminated in these matchups is gone from the tournament for good. Let this run for a bit. Or you can see the Buffaloes taking some, or the Buffaloes and the Charlestons taking some consistent block damage down below as they lead the charge. The Monarchs kind of fall back, using their guns as fire support. Oh no. Charleston's really struggling this time. The Thorks burying them in explosion after explosion. That looked lethal. I think that LAV is done. Hard to tell. Thork's going to charge it and take the turret clean off of it. Well, it's not dead. That's good. But it is missing a weapon, as is the one that just ran past it, I think. No, it still got its weapon. So yeah, the Buffaloes and Charlestons do seem prone to losing their weapons rather quickly, unfortunately. There's a very slow shell. I'm not sure where that one's headed. Is that going to hit the Die Thork? No, it misses. Explodes underneath it. Suddenly, you see like the Monarchs are firing much slower shells all of a sudden. Die Thork is not afraid. It's going to stop right there and fire directly into the Monarch. Could be the music I'm playing is causing things to slow down too. I'm not sure. Hope this recording isn't too bad. Yeah, there's the Buffalo despawning. This is quickly becoming a one-sided battle. I'm seeing percentages dropping all across the board. One Charleston at 63%, Buffalo's going down. Monarchs still decently high, 99 and 91%, and the one Decimus, both the Decimus are almost 100, or either 100% or right at it. So, I mean, I don't know. Die Thorks and the Thork Bs are not taking as much damage across the board, unfortunately. You see here, the Thork Bs are pretty much okay. They've taken some superficial damage, but they've already managed to DQ 2 of Jargon's tanks, and another Charleston is going to go down in just a moment somewhere. I believe that's this one, yeah. 2 damage, and it will be despawned. So, yeah, they're taking out the little guys quickly, and while that may not be the bulk of Jargon's damage being taken out, that is hit points that he really doesn't need to be losing this quickly. You see them firing with all their simple weapons and the cannons on them as well. The Thorks a little clumsily charging into each other. Another LAV taking shot after shot and losing its turret in the process. I think that's probably done it. Oh yeah, that's definitely done it. That's some major HE, and that's too much damage. That will despawn. So that's another vehicle dead. This one has lost its head as well. We're quickly getting down to the few remaining big vehicles. And honestly, this Monarch is looking a little worse for wear. The Decimus is able to get shots on the Thorks. They are tall enough that its laser is not being occluded by its turret. Yet, anyway. And it's close enough that it can actually launch a volley with reasonable accuracy. Look at that. The one on the back of the hill is also firing, but and seems to be, yeah, it seems that for once the Decimus are actually getting their shots on target. Kind of a glancing blow there, but I mean, still, it's damage. It ripped some of the skirt off of this Thork, which is good, while they're tearing apart another LAV. Oh, this is brutal. Oh, man. Yeah, the Thork Bs fire a railgun-powered HE shot. I'm not sure what the shell that the Die projects fire, but it's much beefier, I can assure you. You see right there, it's kind of a soft little sound, but they fire some very beefy shells. And I think I just saw another one zip across here. I'm not sure what they're shooting at. I think this other LAV. I think they're taking out the small guys first, which might actually work out. We'll see. This Decimus has, or this Die has lost its the majority of its barrel. In fact, I think it's lost all of its barrel. Whoop, sorry. Yeah, the barrel has been pretty much destroyed. That's unfortunate. I think the Monarch pretty much managed to barrel snipe it. No small feat given how much armor is around that thing. However, the Monarch is definitely looking worse for wear than the Die Project is. Die Project is missing a gun and has some superficial armor damage, and the Monarch is missing the better part of its turret. And a good chunk of its hull, too. Oh my goodness, I didn't see that at first. Look at the front of the vehicle. I'm going to stop this music just because I think that playing YouTube in the background is probably not helping my frames at all. So hopefully it wasn't too bad. Yeah, and of course the Monarch gets itself stuck on the hill again. Very low clearance, meaning that it can high center itself very easily, and its armor is just pitted with scars at this point. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Monarchs are still alive, and the Decimus are still alive, but the Decimus are even being focused down now. All the LAVs are gone. One Decimus is hiding out over here. One of the Monarchs has been chased down and pinned over here. Oh, it's missing its turret too. Well, this does tend to happen with the Monarchs. Unfortunately, the massive turret on top has been removed forcibly. I'm not sure what exactly killed it, but probably something with high explosive. The Thorks have a lot of that. So now we wait for about 6.5 minutes while we see if the Thorks have what it takes to fully despawn these massive land cruisers. That was a good missile shot, straight to the face. Unfortunately, it didn't do much in the way of damage to the Thork, just kind of shrugged it off and fired some more shells into the Monarch in response. Amazing that they haven't taken out this missile launcher on top yet. Little turreted affair. Curious to see how long that lasts. It looks like it does have thump warheads. It has thump warheads and an HE warhead as well, but obviously it stopped working there before it got blown up by another HE shot from the Thorks. Yeah, this is looking pretty dire. I think that it's soon going to be over. Both the Decimus are still alive and pretty healthy, but that's only because the majority of AdNecrias' team are more concerned with killing off the Monarchs first, and this Monarch is still firing shells, which is something. That's a pretty beefy shell, and kind of get to look at it in slow motion there. That was a nice looking shell. Unfortunately, the Thorks have very nice armor, and they shrug it off with ease. It even runs up against the Monarch, pins it there, and just starts shooting at the Decimus, because why not? In fact, the fact that shooting at the Decimus tells me the Decimus may actually have more weapons than the Monarch at this point. I'm not entirely sure. We know the Decimus also is prone to turret popping if it gets hit with too much high explosive. It's trying to get away. The Decimus do not like to be close to their opponents. Run, Decimus, run! Oh, another missile from the Decimus back here does manage to strike that Thork on the top of the turret. But, again, not a whole lot of damage done. In fact, almost no damage done in that blast. Another missile streaking in and missing. And you can see that Decimus can't even lock a target from back there. But due to its settings, it's perfectly willing to run away and hide in a corner. And that's really unfortunate because the team could really use some more help from the Decimus. I think their missiles could really add something if they could actually lock onto anything for a significant period of time. Those are one-turn guided, so they can still like aim in the rough direction of the target, but they're generally not going to hit unless by chance. Oh, this Decimus getting worked. We have one Monarch already DQ'd. That's the one that with the Die projects we're working on. That one's been removed, and now we have a bunch of Thorks bullying this other Monarch to death, which will take a significant amount of time because they don't have the larger guns of the Die Thorks. I'm guessing that's some sort of a kanji or other Japanese writing that was on the back of these Thork projects. I'm guessing that Die is probably something from some southeastern or Eastern Asian country, but I don't know. I don't know foreign languages. Decimus is running for his dear life, but as you can see, it's just leaving a trail of blood behind it, or blocks in this case, as the Die Thork projects give chase, and the Thorks as well. Missiles are coming in from the lone remaining Decimus as it's hiding out over there. Unfortunately, it's getting too far away, and you see it's now accruing points. And I think this is primarily because in its attempt to evade the enemy, it's also high-centered itself. And so while they run away, if it's unable to turn around and rejoin the fight, it's just going to end up getting despawned by distance as this other Decimus runs away. The last remaining Monarch is over here, surrounded by 4 bullying Thorks. And yeah, we're just under 4 minutes to go. This is probably going to be a knockout very soon here. As soon as they can kill this Monarch off, the rest of these Thorks can come and take care of the remaining Decimus tanks. It's just going to take them a while. The Monarchs are pretty bulky, and they're fairly resistant to HE, but I mean, over time, enough HE is going to do enough damage. It's just going to take a while. Pretty sure the Dithorks... Oh, no, they killed off another Decimus. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think that that Thork over... Or that Decimus over there, because it's hiding behind the hills, is actually hidden from the detection of most of the Dithorks. Or at least one of them, and several of the Thork bees. Unfortunately, one of the Dies has come over here to take care of the Monarch hull that remains. So this should be over fairly quickly. Oh, it's the one without a gun. Whoops. I don't even know if this thing can fire. Can it actually shoot? I don't think it can shoot. I think it's just here for show now. Oh man, this is like pulling teeth. If all the remaining vehicles would come over here and handle this, it would be over very quickly. But I mean, I guess they do have to go take care of this Decimus as well. The Decimus is stuck and unable to run, so it's just gonna... Oh, never mind, the Thork's gonna help it out. It's able to get away. There you go. You can run, Decimus. I advise you to run. I don't think you need to stay here. Oh, no. Yeah, the Thork project's over here now. You might want to run. Oh, no. That missile does plunk straight into that Thork's turret. I'll go look and see what that did. Well, it did a little bit. That Thork is missing the better part of its forward hull, but again, that's mostly armor, so you know, it doesn't want to lose that, but it can afford to, especially at this point when it's pretty much over. And you can see the hole that the guns on the Thorks have left in the Decimus at this point, ripping off the turret. Oh, the turret was completely popped off, and that has killed the Decimus. Well, I guess that means there's only one thing left to do, boys. It's time to go kill a Monarch. Let's go commit regicide. As the rest of the Thorks turn and begin to scramble over here. Hopefully not too late. You see they're accruing points. Really, you only accrue points if you're not turning around and getting back into the fray. So one Thork B is, I think, going to despawn because it's unable to turn around and get off that hill. You can see there in the distance it's not turning, and now it's going to despawn, yeah. Dithork Project 3A, also having trouble turning around and getting back into the fight. I'm not sure about this one. Yeah, it's backing up instead of turning around and moving forward, so that's also going to despawn, which is unfortunate, but, you know, part of the design, I guess. You know, it doesn't turn and move very fast, so it's going to despawn. But, I mean, it's over. It's well over. The Monarch is just being picked apart by all the Thorks, even missing 2 tanks, one of which is a land cruiser. This is going to be a full knockout, I think, if the timer doesn't run out too quickly. All the Thorks together have more than enough firepower to finish off this opponent. So, yeah, that's going to do it. All right. Well, thank you both for participating, but at this point, Jargon, I'm afraid this is where your team stops. And AdNecrias, your Thorks are going to continue on in the secondary brackets, so congratulations to you. And thank you both for being part of this. I have been Chromoid. Thank you all who watched this. I hope you've enjoyed. And I will see you guys in the next one right after this Monarch dies. And there it goes. Alright, well that's going to do it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.